I'm a great believer that we all have stories to tell, and I think ours in this valley is about the history of the sheep.
You have to realize that this is the oldest form of agriculture that's ever been on the planet. And I think that's one of the most significant developments of mankind, and it's something not very well appreciated, and it should be.
Today you're standing at the 23rd Annual Sheep Folklife Fair, our authentic living history to celebrate all things of the sheep industry. Trailing is when you're just moving the sheep from place to place as they migrate. Our festival is based around their migration south. It is not a reenactment, it's Idaho living history. These are sheep that have been grazing in the mountains all summer that now need to make it south to find a place to graze for winter. And instead of taking them down their natural sheep driveway, we bring them down Main Street to celebrate them. There's classes you can take, whether you want to cook with lamb, whether you want to learn to dye wool. There's wool fest classes, there's cooking classes. You can visit vendors, watch them weave and spin, and take home some wools to try yourself. We have about 25,000 visitors and locals that attend our festival. Last year we had people from 49 states and 15 countries. Word has gotten out about our festival. We keep it authentic, we keep it genuine. We really are here to celebrate and educate the history of sheep herding and ranching in Idaho and the West.
So excited. I mean, how can you not be excited to see all these people wanting to know about the things that we care so much about?
This is my 23rd year. I come down to run every class in the Wool Fest portion of trailing of the sheep. And this class that you're seeing today is a wet felting class. Felt is the oldest textile made in human history. So this is water, friction, merino wool, maybe a little alpaca, and a lot of muscle. These are just awesome women. We have a full class today and it's bustling.
What we're all doing is laying out our pieces of roving. We've wet it down with water and a splop of soap, and now we're agitating the fibers so they will bond together, and we will come up with a marvelous piece of fabric.
In the end, it will look something like this in texture. Very, very light, very ethereal. Textiles by their nature are tactile and therefore spiritual. We wrap ourselves, we wrap people we love, right? It's comforting. It's not just about the look. And so for me, it is a very soulful experience to create any kind of textile, but wool in particular, I love working with. It comes right from the earth, right from nature.
I'm a fiber artist specializing in tapestry weaving, and I've been doing this since the 1970s. And I have a group of very interesting people. Some of them are accomplished weavers, and they're just interested in learning a new technique, and some of them are beginners. I think when you're spinning, your mind wanders, and even when you're weaving, you know, everything just kind of falls into place. You just let it go.
It's an amazing event. I love all the interaction of all the different people that are here and all the products that are here. I've been sewing since I was a young girl, and now that I found making rugs, I've just gone crazy with it. I love making the rugs that I make from my wool products. It's not weaving it, because I don't weave them. I make them literally by hand. Sometimes it's very frustrating, and it's like, oh, this is like the nightmare of the nightmares. But to see these rugs completed, just look at the wonderful colors. Any of them just fills you with joy. Just fills you with joy.
I am the creator of the sheepdogs footstools, and I come from Germany, and I brought my product with me 3 years ago. It actually originated as an art installation. When we took them downtown Frankfurt, it was a flock of 100 footstools. It has a lot of love to create this little guy, the sanding and the wood cutting, and I love making every single one of them.
I was a sheep herder for several years for a ranch in Idaho, and now I chase them with the camera.
How did you get into training your dog for sheep herding?
The simple version is my husband and I worked in Africa studying African wild dogs for 6 years. And then when I came back to the US, I saw a sheepdog trial. And so then I decided I wanted a border collie. And for 18 years, I got various rescues that could not herd. And finally, 8 years ago, I got one that had all that, you know, all the talent. He ran here 3 years ago. And so my first dog took a long time to get to. And then once I had it, you're off and running. A lot of times it's just patience that you're learning. You gotta let things take time. So Ray's precocious, she was easy to train, things were fun, easy, and it happened very easily. And right now at home I've got a 2-year-old dog who's normal. And so I have to let it be that he's normal, and things are gonna take longer. And be patient and accept each tiny little step forward that you see. And you do that with people, if you do that with your kids, and then everything works out. So, but my kids were easier than this.
A typical day for a sheep herder involves getting up before daylight, finding your sheep, following them as they graze until the day gets hot. Then they lay down, and then you either go back to camp or you lay down. And there were my Zen moments when I'd be sitting there on a hillside and with the whole world in front of me, and I'd just go, this is perfect. This is where I want to be.